where we don't just report the news, we discover the secrets the television stars are trying to keep hidden. Today, we are going deep into what might be the most explosive growth in the history of sister wives. If you thought Christine going was the nail in the coffin, wait until you hear what is going in North Carolina. We have gotten insider reports, exclusive ideas, and a timeline of events that shows Kody Brown is not just losing power. He is intentionally spiraling into a state of fear that could have legal consequences. We are talking about secret monitoring, a mystery man who is the complete opposite of Kody, and a blurry photograph that has supposedly sent shockwaves through the McMansion in Flagstaff. Buckle up because we are pulling back the layers of the North Carolina riddle. Let's start with the picture that started it all. A photo has recently appeared on private forums and is beginning to spread among the innermost circles of the fandom. It is fuzzy, taken from a distance, likely, with a smartphone zoom catching a scene at an expensive bistro in North Carolina. In the shot, we see a woman who looks exactly like Janelle Brown, but she isn't wearing her usual flannel or useful outdoor gear. She is dressed up, looking lovely, laughing in a way we haven't seen in 20 years. Across from her sits a man. This is not one of her kids. This is not a business associate. This is a guy who exudes a quiet silver fox trust. Insider ideas suggest this man is a retired mechanic or perhaps a high businessman, someone with substantial wealth and, more importantly, mental stability. But the detail that has everyone talking, the detail that supposedly sent Kody into a rage, is a glint on Janelle's left hand. It's hard to tell from the quality, but it looks suspiciously like a ring. Not a clatter ring, not a piece of spiritual jewelry, but a diamond. For months, the story has been that Janelle is going to North Carolina solely to help Maddie with the kids. That is the safe story. That is the cover story. But if you look at the flight logs and the frequency of her trips, a pattern forms. She is spending weeks at a time there. Is she really just babysitting, or is she making a new life? Our exclusive opinion is that Maddie introduced her mother to this unknown man months ago. Maddie has seen firsthand how a healthy marriage works with Caleb, and she knows exactly what her mother has been lost. This new man is everything Kody is not. Where Kody is chaotic, manic, and wants submission, this unknown man is allegedly calm, respectful of Janelle's independence, and financially safe on his own qualities. He doesn't need Janelle's money to pay off a home. He doesn't need her to support his ego. He simply enjoys her company. And for a woman who has spent decades being told she is simply a business partner or a friend by her spiritual husband, being treated as a romantic concern is a game maker. Now let's move to Flagstaff, because the effect there is where this story turns dark. According to Insider Whispers, Kody Brown has not taken these rumors lightly. You might think Kody would be relieved. After all, he has said time and time again that he never loved Janelle romantically, that they weren't a good fit. You would think he would want her to move on so he can live his monogamous life with Robyn in peace. But that is not how an ego works. When a narcissist loses a source of supply, they don't wish them well. They seek to destroy them. We are hearing disturbing news that Kody is allegedly obsessed with finding out the name of this North Carolina man. There are whispers that he has been tracking Janelle's moves, perhaps watching credit card statements if there are still any joint accounts left, or obsessively checking social media tags to catch a slip-up. Why is he doing this? It is not out of love. It is out of fear and jealousy. Kody Brown's entire identity is built on being the alpha, the father, the one who is indispensable. If Janelle, the wife he labeled as the smart and the loyal one, finds someone who is better, richer, and kinder than him, it destroys his story. It proves that Kody was the trouble all along. But there is a more evil layer to this: jealousy, and it includes Robyn. Sources suggest that Robyn is feeding this paranoia. The story being spun inside the Flagstaff house is not that Janelle found love, but that Janelle is being scammed. Kody and Robyn are supposedly telling anyone who will listen that this unknown man is a gold digger, a predator who is only attacking Janelle because she is a TV star. This is the basic lie they are building to justify their acts. It is a classic projection. Kody fears this man is after Janelle's money because Kody himself has been living off Janelle's money for years. The hypocrisy here is stunning. We have exclusive ideas that the mystery man is actually significantly richer than Kody. We are talking about real assets, retirement, funds, and land, not a portfolio of debt and unfinished land like Coyote. Pass. But facts don't matter to Kody. When he is in a spin, he needs to villainize this new foe to maintain control over the family story. If the kids, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, start liking this new guy, if they start honoring him, Kody loses his grip on the last threads of his parenting. Imagine the holidays. Imagine a Thanksgiving where the boys go to North Carolina not just to see Maddie, but to hang out with a man who actually listens to them, who respects their mother, and who doesn't expect an apology for existing. That is Kody's fear. This brings us to the most alarming part of our probe, the surveillance. How far is Kody willing to go? We know Kody is reckless. We know he feels entitled to know everything his women do. Reports hint that Kody may have tried to leverage his ties or even friends in the media to dig up dirt on Janelle's new companion. He is looking for a scandal. He is looking for a criminal record, a past failure, anything he can use to say, see, I told you he was bad news. He wants to run to Janelle and say, I am protecting you, when in truth, he is trying to sabotage her happiness. It is a control tool, straight out of the abuser's playbook. If he can taint this friendship early on, he thinks he can scare Janelle back into her box. The box where she is just a cash contributor to Kody and Robyn's lifestyle, appearing on camera to keep the show going but never having a life of her own. But Janelle isn't the same woman she was 5 years ago. She has tasted freedom. The photo we studied shows a woman who is relaxed. Her shoulders are down. She is leaning in. This body language tells us she feels safe, and that safety is the biggest threat to Kody. The unknown man represents a world where Kody doesn't exist. And for Kody, being overlooked is worse than being hated. He can handle Christine hating him because it means he still has power over her feelings. But Janelle moving on with a calm, good equal, that makes Kody irrelevant. And decline is something he cannot live. Let's dig deeper into the gold digger story Kody and Robyn are reportedly spinning. Why choose that specific lie? Because it sets the stage for a cash battle. If they can convince themselves and the world that this man is a threat to the family, means it gives them a moral reason to cut Janelle off or to sue her. We need to look at the time. Janelle has been open about wanting her share of Coyote Pass. She has been vocal about the financial abuse she suffered. Now, suddenly, just as she is finding emotional happiness, Kody becomes hyper-focused on her earnings again. That is not a coincidence. That is a strategy. We have examined the timeline of Janelle's trips to North Carolina, alongside the timeline of Kody's erratic behavior on social media and in interviews. There is a connection. Every time Janelle posts a picture from the East Coast, even if it's just of the grandkids, Kody seems to go quiet or manic. It is the silence of someone who is planning. Insider ideas suggest that Robyn is the one crying, playing the victim, telling Kody she is taking our resources to a stranger. Robyn's fear is obvious. If Janelle marries this man, the sister-wives relationship is officially dead. There is no reconciliation. And without the hope of reunion, or at least the drama of the conflict, the show's prospects and Robyn's paycheck is in danger. So, they have a direct interest in destroying this friendship before it goes to the altar. The unknown man is more than just a boyfriend. He is a sign of the life Janelle was denied. Think about the early years of the show. Janelle was the one going from dawn to dusk. She was the one worried about bills. She was the one who drove a sensible car while Kody drove a sports car. She gave everything for the big picture. Now she meets a man who likely says, let me treat you to dinner. Let me take care of this. That change in dynamic is intoxicating. It is addictive. And once she gets used to being treated like a queen, she will never go back to being a peasant in Kody's kingdom. Kody knows this. That is why the surveillance is increasing. He is looking for a crack in the armor. He is ready for the first fight, the first argument so he can swoop in. But here is where the idea gets even more interesting. What if Janelle knows? What if she knows Kody is watching? Janelle is smart. She is strategic. She knows Kody better than anyone. It is entirely possible that she is leaving. These leaks happen. Maybe that shot wasn't an accident. Maybe she wanted Kody to see it. It's a power move. By living her best life in public, she is challenging Kody to do his worst. She is saying, I am not afraid of you anymore. And the appearance of this new man, this protective figure, gives her the courage to do that. We also need to talk about the physical difference. Kody has spent the last few years obsessed with his looks, his hair, his abs, trying to prove he is still a viral alpha male. He is constantly acting the unknown man based on the descriptions we've heard is easy. He doesn't need to try. He wears a suit. Well, he has a natural power. This triggers Kody's deepest fears. It's not just about losing a wife. It's about being replaced by a better man. In the twisted competition that happens in Kody's head, he is losing. And when Kody loses, he strikes out. As we move deeper into this study, we have to ask, who is leaking the news from the Kody and Robyn camp? How do we know about the gold thief rumors? The circle around Kody and Robyn has shrunk. It's basically just them and their brother. Children. Is it possible that even the people inside that house are seeing the injustice? Or is Robyn leaking these stories herself to try and control the story in the press to paint themselves as the worried family members protecting dumb Janelle? It is a perfect PR spin. We are just worried about her, they say while holding a knife behind their backs. This sets the stage for the fight that is brewing over the properties. We are going to get into the legal threats and the fight for Coyote Pass in a moment, but you have to understand the personal stakes. First, Kody sees Janelle as his property. Even if they are separated in his mind, she belongs to the heavens kingdom he built. This new man is trespassing. And in Kody's world, you shoot trespassers. Metaphorically, of course, but the anger is real. The surveillance, the rumors, the envy, it is all building toward a huge confrontation. This isn't just about a breakup anymore. This is about a war for independence. Janelle is working for her future, and Kody is trying to punish her for having one. The ring on her finger is the statement of war. If that is an engagement ring, it invalidates everything Kody stands for. It means the spiritual bond is broken not just in word, but in act. It means Janelle has an agreement with another man. For a zealot even. A fallen one like Kody, that is the greatest betrayal. It cuts deeper than Christine leaving because Christine left to be single. Janelle leaving to be with a richer, more stable man is a direct insult to Kody's manhood. And that is why he cannot let it go. That is why he is watching, waiting, and planning. But the emotional treachery is just the tip of the iceberg. To truly understand the seriousness of the situation in North Carolina, we have to follow the money. And all roads lead back to one desolate, open stretch of dirt, Coyote Pass. This is where the story changes. From a romantic story to a high-stakes legal horror, according to our exclusive ideas and timeline review. Kody Brown is not just sitting at home stewing in jealousy. He is allegedly weaponizing the family's entangled finances to corner Janelle. We are receiving reports that a new narrative is being constructed within the walls of Robyn's mansion. A narrative that paints Janelle not as a victim leaving a bad marriage, but as a traitor attempting to loot the family pot. Let's break down the Coyote past. Leverage. For years, fans have screamed at their televisions warning Janelle that her name wasn't secure on the parcels. Now, that nightmare scenario is reportedly coming to life. Kody knows that Janelle sank her 401k and the proceeds from her Las Vegas home into the family fund. He knows she effectively financed Robyn's mansion while living in an RV and a small apartment. But Kody operates on a twisted version of fundamentalist logic. In his mind, those assets belong to the patriarch. If Janelle remains a spiritual wife, she has access to the land. But the moment she legally or spiritually binds herself to another man, this unknown man in North Carolina, Kody allegedly believes she forfeits her claim. This is blackmail. Insider whispers say that Kody has communicated a frightening message through back channels. If you marry him, you get nothing. He is betting on the fact that Janelle is realistic. He thinks she won't risk her financial future for love, but he is miscalculating. He doesn't understand that the mystery man changes the equation entirely. If this new partner is as rich as our sources indicate, Janelle no longer needs Kody Pass to live. She wants it because it's hers, because she earned it, but she isn't desperate and a non-desperate. Janelle is Kody's most dangerous threat. Let's go inside the war room at Robyn's house. Sources report a chaotic atmosphere where Robyn is reportedly spiraling. She isn't just crying about the family breaking up, she is crying about the fortune. The story she is feeding Kody is dangerously manipulative. She is reportedly telling him Janelle is going to take that land and give it to this stranger. He's going to build on our land. He's going to live on the land we dedicated. This awakens Kody's territorial instincts. The thought of another man, a superior man, walking on Kody Pass, having a piece of Kody's dream is literally repulsive. To him, it drives him to crazy. Legal threats. We have heard tales of a possible quiet title action or a rearrangement of the LLCs that managed the land. Kody might be trying to destroy Janelle's interest or argue that her contributions were gifts to the family rather than assets. It is a dirty legal strategy, but consistent with a man who feels he has been abused. And remember, Kody has admitted on camera that he fears poverty. He fears losing control. With Christine gone and taking the profits of her house and Mary successfully checked out, Janelle represents the last big chunk of cash he can control. If she takes her share and leaves, the banking house of cards that supports Robyn's lifestyle could collapse. Now, let's connect this to surveillance. Why is Kody so obsessed with proving this unknown man is a bad actor? Because if he can prove the man is a liar, he thinks he can save the assets. But there is a darker idea here. Some insiders think that Kody is looking for grounds to sue Janelle for misappropriation of funds or breach of deal regarding the family LLCs. If he can paint her trips to North Carolina as loss of the business partnership, he might attempt to squeeze her out. This is why he needs to know who paid for the flight, who paid for the dinner. Is she using family pot money to date this new guy? The irony is palpable. Kody and Robyn have been spotted wearing expensive watches, buying art and driving luxury cars, draining the family resources for years. Yet, the moment Janelle gets a plane ticket to find happiness, she is watched like a criminal. This double standard is the fuel for the legal fire Kody is trying to start. But here is the twist our investigation has revealed. Janelle has receipts. Janelle was the bookkeeper. She knows where every dime went. If Kody drags us into a legal battle to stop her from marrying the North Carolina man, he risks exposing his own financial mistakes. He risks a thorough accounting of the family pot. This is where the mystery man becomes a strategic tool. If he is indeed a businessman or retired engineer, he likely knows contract law. He likely has his own lawyers. Kody is used to bullying his wives who are deeply entangled with him. He is not prepared to face a calm, wealthy outsider who can hire a shark of a lawyer to protect Janelle's interests. The reports of a legal threat from Kody might actually be a trick. A desperate try to scare Janelle before she knows she holds the winning hand. Let's look at the nature of the insider leaks. Who is telling the tabloids that Janelle's new man is a gold digger? The syntax, the phrase, it sounds exactly like Kody. He's an opportunist. He doesn't understand our culture. These are Kody's words. He is trying to poison the public image of Janelle's new relationship so that if he does sue her, he looks like the protecting ex-husband rather than the greedy monster. He wants the crowd to think, oh, Kody was right. That guy just wanted her TV money. It is a preemptive strike on her image. But the crowd isn't buying it, and neither is Janelle. We need to talk about the ring theory. The ring seen in the picture, if it is an engagement ring, it increases the timeline for Kody. Pass. Kody knows that once Janelle is remarried, her legal goals shift. Her estate planning changes. If she passes away, her assets could go to her new husband, not back to the Brown family. This thought scares Robyn. It scares Kody. They view Janelle as a resource that goes to the collective, even after the marriage is dead. The spying is an attempt to figure out the date. When is the wedding? How much time do they have to move the assets? We are also hearing exclusive whispers about the children's engagement. The boys, Garrison, Gabriel, Hunter are apparently fully supportive of this North Carolina relationship. This is the final nail in the coffin for Kody. If the kids who Kody has been at war with accept this new man as a father figure, Kody loses his patriarch card totally. The monitoring isn't just on Janelle. Kody is likely watching his son's social media to see if they are posting pictures with the unknown man. Imagine the rage Kody feels seeing a picture of Gabriel shaking hands with this new guy, looking him in the eye with respect. Respect he refuses to show Kody. This jealousy is what drives the safety narrative Robyn is spinning. Robyn is allegedly saying that this new man is a security risk. She is telling Kody that they don't know who he is, that he could be dangerous, that he could hurt the family. It is pure paranoia meant to keep Kody in a state of high alert. It explains the expense of the surveillance. It justifies the lawyers. We have to protect what's ours, she whispers. But what is really theirs? The land is undeveloped. The family is divided. The only thing they are protecting is their own ego and their bank account. There is a specific agreement clause. Theory spreading among deep dive researchers. It shows that the original deals regarding the land were made under the idea of a plural marriage. Kody might claim that the land was meant for a polygamist combination and therefore a monogamous ex-wife has no right to build on it. He might try to force a sale at a greatly reduced rate, claiming the land has devalued or that the infrastructure costs he paid should be taken from her share. It is a financial squeeze. Take pennies on the dollar and go away with your new boyfriend or fight me in court for years and get nothing. But Janelle's trips to North Carolina tell us she isn't worried. You don't glow like that if you are afraid of a lawsuit. You don't wear a diamond ring if you are broke. The confidence Janelle is showing suggests she has already met with counsel. She knows Kody is watching. She knows he is angry and she is going to North Carolina anyway. This brings us to an important realization. The unknown man might be funding her case. If this guy has big pockets, he could easily bankroll a law team to crush Kody's claims. Kody is bringing a knife to a gunfight. He is used to controlling women who have limited means and a religious duty to obey him. He has no plan for a woman who has a wealthy partner and 0% unexpected loyalty. The lawsuit threat is Kody's last stand. He can't use love to keep her. He can't use religion anymore. She's seen through that. He can't use the kids. They are on her side. All he has left is the dirt at Coyote Pass, and he is gripping it with a death grip. The sad truth is he would rather see the land sit empty and barren forever than let Janelle build a happy home on it with someone else. It is the ultimate burnt earth policy. If I can't have you and I can't use your money, then no one gets the land. As we analyze the leaked shots again, look at the setting. A nice diner, wine on the table. These are things Kody often denied his wives, saying budget constraints while he wore Rolexes. The visual proof of Janelle's new life is a clear reputation of Kody's financial control. Every steak dinner she eats in North Carolina is a slap in the face to the budget talks Kody used to hold. He is watching her spend money. Maybe her money. Maybe the new guy's money, and it is driving him crazy because he isn't the one approving the buy. The monitoring is his way of trying to stay in the loop to feel like he still has oversight. But the most powerful part of this idea is yet to come. What if Janelle isn't just going to marry? What if she is going to liquidate? If she forces a split sale of Kody pass, she could force Kody to sell everything. She could force him to cash her out at fair market value. That would bankrupt him. Kody isn't just fighting for the land. He is fighting for his cash survival. And he knows that this unknown man in North Carolina is the spark that gave Janelle the strength and perhaps the backing to finally pull the trigger. We have analyzed the shot. We have exposed the surveillance, and we have studied the financial threats regarding Kody pass. But to truly understand the endgame of this North Carolina story, we have to go into the darkest parts of Kody Brown's mind. This is where the investigation turns from a legal thriller into a psychological horror story. Why? After stating openly that he didn't want a sexual relationship with Janelle, is Kody reportedly sliding into madness over her finding someone else? The answer lies in the idea of narcissistic injury. And the unknown man in North Carolina is the ultimate hurt. You see, Kody's entire worldview is built on the idea that he is the sun around which his women orbit. Even if he throws them into the cold, he expects them to stay there freezing, waiting for his warmth. He expected Janelle to be the loyal dog who would sit at the foot of his throne forever, content with scraps of love. But this new man, this calm, rich, independent person, has shattered that delusion. He proves that the problem wasn't Janelle's lack of romance. The problem was Kody's lack of effort. This unknown man isn't just a boyfriend. He is a mirror holding up an image of Kody's mistakes. Every time Janelle smiles at this man in a grainy picture, she is quietly screaming that Kody was inadequate, and for a man who fancies himself the ideal patriarch, that understanding is a fate worse than death. This brings us to the replacement theory. Insider sources say that Kody is afraid that this new man will not just replace him as a husband, but as a father. We know the relationship between Kody and his kids, Garrison, Gabriel, Hunter, is divided, perhaps irreparably. Kody demanded respect and apologies. This North Carolina man asks nothing. He simply offers stability. If rumors are true that the boys have met him, that they have shared a drink or a meal with him, and that they revere him, Kody has lost the war. Kody can handle his wives going. He cannot handle another man sitting at the head of the table, cutting the turkey, and earning the respect of his kids. That is why the monitoring is so intense. Kody isn't looking for dirt on the man for Janelle's sake. He is looking for a reason to tell his kids, don't trust him. He is trying to kill the character of a man he has likely never met because he knows he cannot compete with him on talent. Let's look at the Robyn factor one last time. Why is she crying? Why is she feeding the paranoia? Because Robyn's security rests on Kody being the hero. If Kody is exposed as a angry, jealous ex who is legally abusing the mother of his children, the victim story she has carefully created for years falls apart. Robyn needs Kody to be the wounded saint who did his best, but a suffering saint doesn't hire lawyers to block his ex-wife from going on. A suffering saint doesn't threaten to sue over land. By pushing Kody to attack Janelle, Robyn is inadvertently showing the cruelty that has always been there. She is afraid that if Janelle marries a rich man, Janelle becomes the winner of sister wives. And in Robyn's world, there can be only one winner. The most disturbing part of our investigation is the scorched earth approach Kody seems to be adopting regarding the assets. We have talked the legal threats, but The inner drive behind them is pure evil. Kody would reportedly rather burn Kody Pass to the ground than let Janelle sell her share and use that money to build a life with another man. He sees that money as his money. He sees her freedom as theft. This is a typical abuser tactic, financial coercion. If I can't control your heart, I will control your cash. But Janelle has outsmarted him by going to North Carolina, even part-time. She has physically removed herself from his sphere of impact. She is surrounding herself with people who tell her the truth, that she deserves better. So, what happens next? Our exclusive assumption is that the mystery man will soon step out of the dark. The hazy pictures will be replaced by a clear, undeniable Instagram post. And when that happens, the fallout in Flagstaff will be nuclear. We anticipate Kody will start a full-scale public relations attack, painting himself as the sufferer of a deception. He will claim Janelle planned this all along. He will claim she used him. But the public has seen the truth. We have seen years of neglect. We have seen the tears. And now, we are seeing the joy. The final twist in this story is that Kody's jealousy is actually speeding his own downfall. By spending so much energy on destroying Janelle's happiness, he is ignoring the fragile remains of his own family. He is alienating the few children who still talk to him. He is exposing his anger to the world. The unknown man doesn't even have to fight back. He just has to exist. He just has to be a decent human being. And Kody wrecks himself. By comparison, Kody is fighting a ghost, a phantom of his own fear, while Janelle is simply living her life. And let's not forget the legal truth. If Janelle married, her claim to the family pot doesn't disappear. It forms. She becomes a debt. She becomes a debt that Kody has to pay off. The legal threat he is waving around is a double-edged sword. If he sues her, he opens up the books. He exposes the spending. He reveals where the money went. And that is a risk he cannot take. So, in the end, the fears are likely empty. They are the screams of a man who sees he has lost. This North Carolina mystery is the closing part of the sister wives tragedy. It is the moment where the mask finally crumbles completely. Janelle Brown, the logical one, the steady one, has done the math. She estimated the cost of staying versus the benefit of going, and she realized that the only thing holding her back was Kody. Now that she has removed that variable, the equation solves for happiness. The ring on her finger is the proof. The smile on her face is the proof. And Kody's rage is the proof that she made the right choice. We are watching the liberation of Janelle Brown. And while Kody sits in his home surrounded by boxes of unsold jewelry and empty land, nervous and watching the internet for updates, Janelle is out there somewhere in the Smoky Mountains having dinner with a man who actually wants to hear what she has to say. That is the ultimate revenge. Not anger, not lawsuits, just happiness. Now, I want to turn this over to you, the true investigators of Coco gossip. We need to settle this issue once and for all. Look at the facts we've provided. The timeline of the trips, the leaked picture, the insider tales of Kody's surveillance, and the dangers regarding Kody Pass. Do you think Kody is actually hurt and jealous because he quietly loved Janelle? Or is he purely afraid that she is going to take her share of the money and run? Is this about love, or is it about the loss of power and the fear of poverty? And what about the unknown man? Do you think he is the real deal, or do you believe Robyn's story that he's an opportunist? Leave your ideas in the comments below. If you think Kody is afraid of forensic accounting, type follow the money. If you think he's just a narcissist losing his source, type ego death. Don't forget to hit that like button if you want us to keep digging into the North Carolina files, and subscribe with alerts on, because as soon as we get a clear picture of this unknown man, you will see it here first. Until next time, keep your eyes open, because the truth is always weirder than reality TV.